Alright, I got my board glued up here, and I'm back here at the Timesaver because I'm going to reduce the thickness and flatten out the two wider faces using this wide belt sander. And I also have a caliper here because I want to make sure that the thickness is less than 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to use the caliper to measure that. So before I get started here, I'm going to set this up and do an initial test on the thickness of this with this caliper and show you how this works. So the caliper here, when it's closed, you can see here it's at 0. It's a little bit off from that, but what we're going to do is we're going to back this out to in between the 2 and the 3 up here. So that would be 3/10 of an inch, and we want 2.5 inches. So that is 2, and then the 0.5 is going to come from this. It says 50, but if you look at the reading here, it's each one of the marks is 1/1000th of an inch. So basically I want this to be less than this, so somewhere around here at about 0.2 inches or 2/10. So right now the thickest part of this is measuring in at about, I don't know, almost 1/2 inch. So I'm going to have to run this through a few times to get that down, and then I'll take this back out and check it. So I want to set that to the thickest part of the board, and then remember to turn this on, push the orange buttons in, then you pull the orange buttons out. So I'm going to flip this over now and do the other side to get that flatter. All right. This side's pretty flat. This side here, still a little rough. This is pretty wide, so I'm really only going up about 3/4 of a turn each time. Alright, I've gotten it flat on both sides, and I know that because I've felt it. So now I'm going to check the thickness with the caliper. Still got a little ways to go. Alright, let's see where we're at here. So we're almost there because we're at in between the 2 and the 3. We want to be closer to the 2 before we stop. Alright, let's check this again, see where we're at here. It's at about 2.3. We want it really, that would probably fit as long as it's underneath the 2.5. That's the size of the dado that you'll cut to slide this in. If it doesn't fit, when you dry fit it, then you might run it through again until it does fit. But right there, that's going to work, so I'm going to be done with this step.